trying to get ready for the forum, which hopefully will get all the stuff done that I need to. Who knows? But yes, I am planning on. It's in 1 month from today, actually. So tell me what happened, because I was on the phone with Miss Sherry, and I don't know.
So it was laying over there with a built house. Lana was picking up and she
What do you mean it? You built something out of Legos, like a structure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so London saw and she wrecked it. I started crying because it was really hard to build and she took it all apart.
Okay. I'm glad that you're trying to be so calm when you're talking to me. That's important. Okay, good job. I'm going to call London in here, and I'm going to hear her side, but I just want to make sure and tell you. So you said that it was sitting over there, and that you had taken a long time to build this thing, and that she came and picked it up and started taking it apart, and that made you sad. What did you do about it at that time? You cried about it. And that's what you did to fix it. Okay, so we're going to call London in here, okay? And she can have a talk with us, okay? Okay, so there was something that happened just a few minutes ago when I was on the phone with Miss Sherry. And it was a thing where Porter had built something, he said, and then something had happened to it, and then he started to cry. And so what I'm wanting to know is what your side of that story is, because he's already told me what happened in his words. Can you tell me what happened?
So I was cleaning up. Porter was sitting on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
And then I look over on the counter and I see the thing that I told him not to wreck. Like, it was my thing at first, but apparently he wrecked it and I told him not to. I gave him a no answer about it. And apparently he's like, oh, whatever, she won't care. And I did want it. And so then he wrecked it and put his stuff on it. And so then I saw, and I thought, I gave him a no answer. So why did he not accept it? So I went over there, put it on the floor, and wrecked it, and put my stuff back on it. And he started to cry.
So wait a minute, let me see if I can get this right. It's like what you're talking about is some sort of like a base or something like that you build on? And you wanted that piece.
I had it first, and he wrecked my thing.
Okay, hold on. We'll let you talk in just a minute, okay?
And so he wrecked it, I wrecked it, then he started to cry. And so I just kept on picking up, and then I just kept on picking up, and he was still crying. I left all the pieces on the floor that he had.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put my stuff back on it, and they were like my diamonds. Like, I built diamond things. And so then he started to cry. Then Paige came over and said, London, what's the matter? And I said, I broke this. And she said, why? And I said, because I had it first. And then Paige said, well, he gave you an answer. And I'm like, kind of. And I said, I gave him a no answer first. And she's like, did you give him a no answer before you even started building? And I said, yeah. And so it was like he didn't accept the no answer.
Okay. So now hold on a minute. Let me see if I understand what you're saying. You're saying you had a Lego piece. It was on the counter. That Porter took the Lego piece. It was not on the counter.
No, mine, it was just on the floor right there,
Mm-hmm.
and I was planning on keeping it, and then apparently...
Just a minute, you'll have a chance in just a minute.
I didn't see him wreck it, and apparently he tried to do it in sneaky, so that I would see, and he heard me say, Porter, you cannot use that piece. And so then he just went, she's not looking. So he wrecked it and built his thing, and I'm like, I look over on the counter, and he's like, I'm like, didn't accept a no answer.
So then you just went and just took it apart and then put your stuff back on it, and this is what made him cry. And you feel like that he's crying because he didn't accept a no answer in the first place.
Not exactly.
Okay, Porter, what do you have to say?
But it was just like two little diamond things that were just flat, and then the rest of it was just blank.
Okay, so what you're saying is that the piece The piece that it just had 2 little pieces on it.
No, 4.
4 pieces on it. So did you think that meant she wasn't using it, or why are you telling me that?
I was just thinking, well, how's she gonna need this?
Okay, so you thought maybe she wouldn't really need it, and so that you could use it instead. Did you ask her for it? No. Did she ever tell you no about you couldn't use it? Yeah. Did you say okay when she told you no?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know?
He did.
Did you disagree appropriately? No.
I said no, you can't use this, and then he said okay, and then never said okay.
Okay. Well, I'm noticing something here. So do you remember in our family mission statement how it says, but we spread love and happiness to others? With this situation that just happened, did you spread love and happiness to others? No? What could you have done differently, do you think?
Talk.
Because you chose to get upset and just change it, right? And break something that he had built. And he chose to think, she doesn't need this about you, right? So you're saying you could have talked. What way could you have talked it out?
He could have said, hey London, do you need this? And I could have said yes or no. And he could have disagreed. And if it was on there and he decided to break it anyway, I could have said, hey Porter, I know that you want this, but I had it first, and I said you couldn't use it, and I said that, and I gave you no answer, so I'm gonna use it.
You could have been a little bit more calm about it, because I think both of you were being really power struggling and not nice to each other. Like what you were trying to get your way, right? Both of you? And it sounds like you both could have disagreed appropriately, right? I think probably so. So what are you going to do in the future next time?
Be kind.
Yeah? Let's practice it, okay? So, London, let's pretend that you notice that Porter has something that belongs to you. Here, Porter, hold this. This belongs to London. Now you change it. Okay, now you talk to him about it.
So, it's here. I pick it up.
No, he's holding it.
Hey, Porter, I see that you have something that I was using first, and that I gave you no answer about it, and that you just came over and said that I'm not good. Like, it sounded like I'm not going to use it, and so you took it, so can I have it back?
And then I know that you know about this, but you have 2 of them, and it only has 4 little pieces on it, so can I have them?
I'm going to give you no answer about that.
Okay.
Good job. That's exactly the way that you should do it. So you just accepted the no answer. Now you know what? If you already had 2 of them and he didn't have any, if I were you, I would probably tell him, yeah, sure, you can use it. So that you can really spread love and happiness, right? And not be so worried about a little toy or a little thing. Maybe, what do you think about that? Yeah? Okay.
You could have asked me for the other one.
Could have. He could have thought about that. But both of you disagreed appropriately, and you accepted the no answer, and you decided to be okay, right? And that shows that you're really grown up. Can you guys give each other like a hug or a high five? Huh? You best little buddies? Okay. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Both of you are going to get a chance to do your extra chore, since you didn't get along, together and work on it together, okay? So your extra chore that you get to work on together is to unload the dishwasher, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good job on saying okay.